Running up a bag, I done it. Something that they had, I wanted. So a nigga got it done. Running up a bag, I done it. Something that they had, I wanted.
Now, speaking of that, do you have any crazy story times about any women? I ain't talking about, well, it can be probably some groupie stories. I don't know if you got any groupies on you already, but you got any stories you could tell like about some women encounters like crazy as girlfriends in the past, shit like that?
You know, it's wild. I've been with my girl for the longest of times. Like I've been with the same girl forever. So like I don't really have any too crazy things with the women for the most part, but I have seen on Twitter the craziness when like 3 a.m. and the Good Days remix got posted. Women was popping out all over, just saying the craziest shit. Again, Boogie is part of the reason why I can help understand the toxicity that sometimes I project. So I was able to write about that and put it really good into a Good Days remix. And obviously 3 a.m. is 3 a.m. But I was seeing comments like, "Oh, you need to slide on me at 3 a.m." and all this other shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on?
That's a bar, though. What you mean? That's a bar.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, right? So when I did the Good Days thing and I was talking about the toxicity, mind you, me and my girl are perfectly good. We're always good, you know. Like I make sure we straight, right? When I dropped that Good Day thing, it was from it was a little bit older, right? Whatever. I dropped it. I saw women literally quote tweeting it with, "Wow, I really understand your pain. Let me love you." I'm like, yo, get out of here. It's the craziest thing. I mean, that's probably the most. I mean, I got some stories that are interesting. Like, I don't got no like, yo, we pulled up to a nigga crib and we ran up in there. Like,
yeah, none of Samaj Savage shit. Yeah.
None of Samaj Savage stories. I got some crazy stories. Like when we was in Atlanta, first time we ever went to Atlanta, we touched down to the Airbnb. It was me and my videographer. We was the first two to the Airbnb. We looked over next door, and it was bringing this little girl who we thought was dead outside of the building into an ambulance. That was crazy. I seen that. That was crazy. Same first night we was out there in Atlanta, this one nigga walked into the store with a gun and the extender was on that shit. We thought it was about to be up in there because that nigga was looking very, very crazy. But turned out everything was Gucci with that. I'm trying to think about some other crazy shit. My mans ended up talking shit to JID, and that's how we ended up meeting JID, which is very, very crazy. I tell niggas that story all the time. That's wild as hell.
Your mans was talking shit to JID?
Yeah, he was trying to tell him that JID's bar sucks, and then all of a sudden they ended up DMing and some craziness. And next thing I knew, I was in Pennsylvania with my mans.
Bro, you told me I could have been DMing JID this whole time because I was talking shit about his bars. That's how he got to me.
Well, what happened?
I'm about to DM this nigga right now, bro. Hold on.
What happened was my mans was saying something like, "Oh, you still want to fight?" And JID DM'd him was like, "What you trying to do?" And then it just, I don't know what happened after that, but I ended up on a tour bus talking to JID, which was crazy. Had a chance to chop it up with Boogie for a little bit because he liked one of my joints too that I did. Boogie was cool. Isaiah Rashad, I had a chance to talk to Isaiah Rashad for a period of time. He fucked with me. TDE Punch shouted me out. All right place, right time type shit. I'm trying to think about another one. It's a couple cool things that happened to me. That's some cool shit. I don't know. I mean, I got stories, but like I just can't think in my head right now. I had some.
Bro,
really,
you was
really
hyping this shit up at the very beginning. Like I got some crazy shit that happened to me.
Yo,
I be in the right place at the right time. As soon as it comes time to tell the stories, I nigga can't think of nothing. Nigga can't think of nothing, bro.
I can't think of nothing crazy because you know what it was. I had it, but when I saw the thing that said story time, I folded. All right, I'm gonna think. Let me see.
We done scared this nigga away from the story time. That's crazy.
Oh,
bro, we're not gonna be on no DJ Blast shit, bro. We're not gonna be on no Blast shit. We're not telling you to indict yourself. Also, some criminal activity you did before you blew up. We ain't talking about that. Bro. Just so it could be some normal shit.
Nah, I can't tell the story because I already know somebody gonna be. I already know. Nah, I'm gonna tell the story. All right. No, I can't tell this one because they gonna DJ Vlad me on this one. They gonna tell me if I tell this one, they gonna definitely y'all not gonna DJ Vlad me. Somebody else gonna DJ Vlad me. But I'm trying to think. Damn, like do I got any crazy stories?
Holding back all the good content. Wow, bro.
Because I got some crazy stories, but like I can't be putting in the jail. So
I gotta respect the fact that you do not want to be called lacking out here because you do have a career that you know what I'm saying. If you say one wrong, If you say one wrong
I appreciate it as well. But that's what I'm saying. It's not like we ask you to tell us something like super fucking crazy, like so we'll get you in trouble, bro.
How about this? How about
crazy stories?
How about this, bro? Tell us a fight story.
A fight story. All right. When I was a little kid, right? I was at school and I don't know. I was in summer camp and I don't know where the homies was at, but I had this football that I think my dad gave me or something. These two niggas jumped me for the football, and then they held me down, and they threw a football into my body in my face. And that was the big fight that I lost. But it's okay, though. I live with that. I had to go from there. What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me, yo?
That was the shortest story I done heard.
That was the shortest story. Because I'm trying to think
that
of
nigga
a
told the
good
introduction
story, like,
and the final act in the same sentence, bro.
yo, because I'm really trying to think of like a good story. Like, I'm trying to think.
Culture, bro, we finally found one of Chris's weak points when it comes to his music, bro. His storytelling, it ain't there.
Oh, shit.
The storytelling ain't there, bro.
Hey, bro. I put it like this. Go listen to my version of "Let Go My Hand." I promise you, it's better than Cole's.
Ooh.
That was a lot of value you just put behind that shit too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll say that. Go listen to my version of "Let Go My Hand." I promise you, you'll understand my storytelling. It's crazy.
Yeah, I seen on I forget if it was on Twitter or if it was on Instagram, but I did see from the, I don't know if it was from the Dreamville page or anything like that, but yeah. Oh yeah, okay. So
like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's better than Cole's. I'm just capping because everybody else was saying that, but from what everybody was saying, they said it was better than Cole's, and I was like, damn, all right, like, and that's straight storytelling. I don't know why I can't think of no stories right now.
All right, how about this?
Y'all just want a great story, right?
It could be about anything, bro. A story with women, a story about you beating somebody's ass, bro. It could be about anything, bro. A story about back when you was in school or some shit. A Best Buy story.
Like, I don't be beating nobody's ass. That's everybody else. Let me see. Oh, shit.
How about this? Tell a story. Wildest rapper story. Wildest like meetup with a rapper.
Wildest meetup with a rapper.
An extensive story, nigga.
Okay. All right. So I'll tell the JID story. JID story is always fun. Everybody likes the JID story. All right. So this is after I opened it for Travis. So this is 2017. We're going to Made in America. I heard that JID. So all right, put it like this. When I first heard about JID, I was hating on JID because I wanted to be on Dreamville, and I didn't have no reason to really hate on JID because I'm like, who is this that they signed it? I don't know. Anyway, I ended up falling in love with JID music because I think JID was incredible. Became a big fan of JID. In 2017, I remember seeing him. Like, I'm a super fan. I was a super fan. I'm still a super fan of JID. Like, JID's my dude, bro. But you know the dream. Everyone want to be on Dreamville. So I was just being hating for no reason. Anyway, he was at Made in America 2017. I remember showing up to that joint. There was like 10 people in the crowd at the time because we was waiting for this booty ass band to get off. And I'm thinking, okay, 10 people at a JID show in Earth Gang, that's cool. I'll be all right. I was in the front. If you look at the Made in America picture from that time, you'll see JID performing, and I'm right in the front with my black Adidas cap on, thinking I was Bryson Tiller. Anyway, JID, what happened? He performs, and mad people pop out. It was like 500 people at this small ass stage. It was cool. He finished. I ran over to the side, and I'm like, yo, you JID? He like, yeah, bro, I'm JID, da-da-da-da. I'm like, yo, man, I'm Chris Patrick. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to catch up to you. I'm going to be in your spot someday, da-da-da. I'm talking that hot shit to this nigga, right? Cool, whatever. 2 months later, he had a performance at the Foundry in Philadelphia, and I had already dropped the tape at the time. I literally put my whole tape on a flash drive. I'm thinking like, yo, this is the chance. I'm about to get signed to Dreamville. It's it. Like, he going to hear this mixtape, and it's going to be up. So I go pay for the meet and greet. I pay for the regular ticket. I go to meet JID. I'm like, all right, bro, this is it. Like, I'm about to really do this. I walk up to him, I'm shaking. I was looking ugly as hell that day, bro. Like, I remember I couldn't stop cheesing. So I took a picture with bro. I got this flash drive on me. I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta take this. He said, oh, what's this? I said, bro, this is my mixtape. He's like, for real? I said, yeah, bro, this is my mixtape. I made it and I put this on the flash drive just for you. He was like, all right, word, definitely. Tweet me after this. After the show, I was like, all right, cool, I'll tweet you. Prior to that, I think maybe a week or two ago, I did a remix to Never. Me and my friends, we had tagged him like 200 times and he liked the tweet, but he never I don't know if he ever listened to the song or whatever. So I pulled up and was like, yo, I'm the kid who made the Never remix. This is my project, da-da-da-da-da. He said, tweet him after. I tweeted him after. This nigga did not even respond to me. So I was like, all right, it's cool. I'm going to just assume he listened to it. Anyway, 2 years later, I ended up getting a chance to meet him on his tour bus again. First thing I said to this
nigga was, 2 years, goddamn.
2 years, yeah. I was grinding for 2 straight years. I was like, hey, next time my whole thing with JID is every time I link up with JID, I always know I've progressed at some point to link up back up with him again. It's hilarious. But 2 years later, I ended up linking up with him again. First thing I said to him is, hey, bro, do you really remember me? He's like, nah, not really. And that broke my heart because I was like, damn. I thought I was memorable enough for you to remember me, but he didn't. It's cool.
You got to remember though. You took like the most like cliche route possible. You met a rapper, you gave him like a flash drive or a tape, like yo, listen to my music. Like rappers deal with that shit all the time, bro.
In my head, I'm thinking like I'm the only one. He gonna listen to my work. I'm gonna get signed to the bill, right? Third time around, I'm thinking to myself like, all right, cool, we good. Like I ain't even gotta worry about this. Like I know exactly how to handle this. He didn't remember me. It's what it was. I kept talking to him. I didn't even bring up music anymore by the end of that. Because once he didn't remember me, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to just talk to him as a fan, keep it pushing. By the time we ended out, my man's just like, yo, you should really show him your freestyle you did over Off D's. I showed him the Off D's freestyle. He said, my nigga, you kind of crazy. And he followed me on Twitter. And from there, bro just was showing me love back and forth. I know he said he fucked with the Let Go My Hand freestyle himself. He said that shit. And let me see what else. He also fucks with this other joint that I got on my project that's about to come out. So yeah, that's the story of JID. Great. I don't know. That's the only story I had. I mean, I got more stories.
That was enough.
Stories.
He ain't trying to incriminate nobody. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, which is smart.
Yo, you feel me?
It's a big butterfly effect because he could say one wrong move on here, and then all of a sudden the album don't do so good. So that bolts. Yeah, bro. So you can't.
I understand. I definitely understand why he withholding information.
I will say this about butterfly effects though. I remember doing a lot of work on social media. This is actually a way better story, to be honest. I actually remember doing a lot of work. I know me and Amiri were talking about like just to come up, like if we really want to know about it. I did a lot of work on Twitter. I put up a lot of freestyles and shit like that. And the Dreamville page started posting me, and Shrek Snow's Rap picked me up and started seeing me and posting me whenever I posted shit like that.
Yeah,
they fuck with me, right? And a lot of artists actually heard about me via that. I remember one day when I tried to get the Deontay Hitchcock feature, he didn't respond to me. But 2 days later, after hitting him up, he goes, yo, who should I work with? And mad people was tagging me in there. And I remember the tweet like it was yesterday. Actually, let me see. Today is June 30th. It's the anniversary of that day. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
June
you would have
30th.
never noticed that shit if me and Coach weren't pressing you to give us a story.
Right.
You wouldn't even thought about that shit.
No, you're absolutely right. So June 30th of last year, he tweets out, I believe, who should I work with? Somebody tagged Chris Patrick, and I remember the tweet. He was like, yo, I heard of Quoted a Friend. My homegirl's supposed to put me on with him, and I keep hearing about Chris Patrick. Who is, bro? I said, hey, bro, he pretty nice. You definitely should work with him. He's like, all right, bro, send me some shit. And I ended up sending him some shit, but he was a little busy. But a week later, he goes, who want to do a verse today? I said, I'll do a verse today with you. Mind you, Deontay was Deontay. He literally just came off Revenge of the Dreamers. He dropped his project. He was going dumb crazy. So I'm just like, who am I, this regular nigga trying to rock with Deontay? Me and Deontay and a couple other homies did a verse a day. I remember we went for 62 straight days, right? Yeah, obviously, I'm building relationships with all these niggas. We going crazy. Everybody's going super, super, super stupid. From them 62 days, I think day 2 was typical shit. That's what we created on day 2. That was super wild. I did not think that day 2's verse a day was going to turn into that. But he fucked with that shit and was like, hey, bro, let me lay a verse. We put that on a project. We flew out to Atlanta. We ended up linking up with them. It was a great vibe. Bro literally just kept me, you know, he just was looking out for me, honestly. He did all that shit, hooked me up. We ended up linking up with Deontay again in Atlanta this past March, and he ended up introducing me to Isaiah Rashad via FaceTime, which was super crazy. I'm over here thinking to myself, like, this is Isaiah Rashad. Like, I did not think I was going to meet Isaiah Rashad no time soon. And I was drunk as hell at the time, so I didn't even know it was Isaiah Rashad. 2 weeks later, I'm in LA, right? I don't know if y'all familiar, but Charlie Heat, he produced a couple records with Kanye.
Good ass producer.
Yeah, bro. I was working with Charlie Heat at the time. Yeah, I was in the studio with Charlie. And he's working on some records and stuff like that. And I get a DM from the name that says Son. Isaiah Rashad name on Twitter is Son. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. When I read that shit, bro, I started crying because I'm like, yo, this cannot be real. So I go into the DM and Isaiah Rashad like, yo, bro, you really tough, bro. Like, this tape is hard. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is the crazy butterfly effect. Like, we fuck with, like, Deontay fuck with me. He put me on the Isaiah Rashad. I think he might have also put me on the Kenny Mason. He might have put Kenny Mason on to me type shit. I don't know, but Deontay, he been looking out for the brother. He put me on Isaiah Rashad. And then I guess the Isaiah Rashad thing trickled down a little bit more. And next thing I know, I got punched tweeting about me talking about, yo, Chris Patrick is dope. Like, that's crazy with butterfly effect. You really just gotta just trust your move. Well, butterfly effect's more like a time thing, but you know what I'm saying. You gotta just more so trust the movements and just follow the process of everything, because you never know who's trying to hold you down in the next room over. Like literally, that's really how this whole thing goes.
Was there ever a point where, of course, we all have moments where, you know, you down on your luck and you feel like shit not going your way, you get upset about it. Was there ever a point where you wanted to quit? Like,
Yeah,
dead ass,
bro.
like, I don't even know if this music shit, I don't know if I should be taking this route anymore.
Right place, right time. June 30th, 2019, 063119. I thought, like, I was in the darkest place in my life, bro. I thought I was going to end it all, for real. And I told myself, I'm going to get this music shit one more time. And I dropped this I dropped this drink called Internal. It was over Kendrick Lamar's Dying of Thirst. And that shit changed my life forever. I dropped that shit and niggas started fucking with me. And that's the start of everything that we're seeing now. That decision I made in 2019 to say, all right, I'm going to stay here like a couple more days and drop this verse and see what happens, is the reason why we're here in this current moment. You feel me? So I would definitely say I definitely thought about quitting back then, but I'm good now. I'm chilling. I'm here. I'm here for all the homies, man. I'm here to get it done.
So that's some big inspiration to anyone listening to this, because anyone that feels like, because I've talked to a couple subs that just felt like they couldn't go on no more because they was having some bad days, bad moments and shit like that. Never quit on because of emotion. Emotion is going to be the end of so many niggas, man.
Yeah,
people,
bro.
Yeah,
just to put it bluntly, never make a permanent decision to a temporary feeling, for sure.
Yeah,
exactly.
Bro. Keep pushing, bro. Because I'm telling you, like, that decision to just say, I'm done with all this shit could have been like, we would not be having this talk right now. You feel me? But like, just that move to have that moment and just say like, all right, I'm gonna make this happen. Like, bruh. Bruh, y'all have no idea, bruh. Y'all have no idea.
Oh,
like,
trust me, man. I mean, I'm not the stature of you, bro. I don't have the, you know what I'm saying, the claim that you have, but trust me, you talking to a guy that was, you know, in his house and had no means to pay his bills while, you know what I'm saying, I was going through emotional shit, mental shit, and nothing was working. Car was fucked up. Girl didn't want to fuck with me. Everything, all of that shit at the same time, bro. And then all the while, you're alone when you're doing it, man. That was me for a second. And you know what I'm saying? To be here today, to tell myself, you know what, let me just isolate myself and listen to some, you know what I'm saying? Let's listen to some, I can't believe I'm gonna say Drake and some Kendrick and, you know what I'm saying?
I totally understand. Yo, I remember being in Jersey at one point and watching so many artists around me go up while I just sat there and watched everybody, bro. Like, it's crazy how I'm in a position now to see things working out. But I remember, like you, I remember literally banging my head on the wall thinking, like, why is none of this shit working? Like, I know I'm putting in the hours. I know I'm putting in the reps. How come everybody else is going up and I'm not? It wasn't like me hating, but it's just like, what can I do to be on par with my peers? Like, I think sometimes people misconstrue my work ethic as like, oh, I'm trying to be better than the next man. Nah, I'm just trying to be with my homies. Like, I saw how hard Samad was working and I fucked with Samad so much, it made me work harder because I wanted to make sure I could stay in the same rooms as Samad. Like, why wouldn't I want to be there? That's my dog. Like, I want to rock with my dogs. I don't want to see my dog go off and then like, he too busy to link me. Like, nah, I want to stay in the same rooms as my dogs. You feel me? That's what makes me work as hard. Like, even with Deontay, like that's like the bro for me. Like, he really somebody who helped me. Like, bro has helped keep my head on straight a couple times with this shit. And to see him growing, I want to keep growing so I can stay in the rooms with the homies. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all I desire to be greater, to be around my people.
And there are a lot of people that are complacent with failure. They fail one time and it's like they feel like they see everybody else doing much better than them and they just say, you know what, this might just be as good as I'm gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this sounds familiar because it's literally how I am on YouTube, I guess, because people tell me I'm better than what I actually make myself out to be.
Oh my gosh, Chris, let me tell you, bro. This nigga culture is so, I don't know if he's like this in real life, but definitely he is when it comes to the YouTube thing. This dude is so pessimistic, it don't make no sense. like this nigga gives himself no credit for the dubs that he be getting, bro. Like, it can be a video he dropped that the video got like, let's say like 500 views in like a couple hours, right? I'll hit him up. I'll be like, yo, culture, like, you know, your last video, this shit got 500 views in just a few hours already. This shit easily about to hit like, 750. You give it another few hours. He'll say something like, man, nah, bro, this video ain't gonna never hit 750. People don't like me like that. And he'll be dead serious. I'm like, nigga. Bro, a video would then have to be at 749 views. This nigga will say that shit ain't never touching 750. People don't like me enough.
Yo, man, I look like this. It's all about progress and progression, bro. It's all about progress and progression. Like, I remember back in the SoundCloud days, we was excited just to get a song to 1,000 likes. 1,000 listens. When we got it to 2,000 listens, it was a plan. Like, it's baby steps. You feel me? Like, it may. Also, don't be pessimistic with yourself. Like, be optimistic, because that's how it starts. You got to be optimistic. Oh, if I can get 750, I can get 1,000 today. If I can get 1,000, I get 1,500. If I get 1,500, I can get literally 3,000. Like, it's all, you know what I'm saying? It's like a game. Like, it's like a video game, for real. It's like getting objectives, bro. You know what I'm saying? At least to change the mindset from the pessimistic to the optimistic one. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about that too, this goes into the YouTube example and the SoundCloud example that you just used. When you do see like a certain level of success, like, like a little come up here and there, it changes your tolerance for the future shit you put out. When you hit 1,000, you be like, oh, this song going crazy. It got 1,000. When you get 2,000, oh, this shit going crazy. It got 2,000. Et cetera, et cetera. When you put out something that you only get like 300, you be like, God damn, what did I do wrong?
Yeah,
to where this only got 300. Yeah.
Yo, those are always the best moments. Like when you're going up and then you see a low moment because you're like, what can I do better?
Here? Yeah.
I've had that recently happen to me. I put out 3 freestyles. I put out one to Lemon Pepper, Sacrifices, and Clutter. Sacrifices, and Let Go My Hand. Let Go My Hand had the second most love. Sacrifices was top. Clutter was third. I think Lemon Pepper might have been fourth. But I took from that and I understood that people like more of the introspective for me. Not that I can't put on bars where you flexing and shit, but I just know right now that my audience is tuned in a little bit more to my introspective work. It's not a bad thing, but it's just teaching them to like more. That's all it is. It's a simple analysis, but sometimes you got to look at your work like that and understand how to grow from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like all of this stuff is comparable to hoops, for real. That's how I look at all this shit.
I find myself, comparing shit to NBA all the time. We even got a little running gag on this podcast where we talk about obscure basketball players like fucking Ronnie Brewer or some shit. Or fucking,
Jesus Christ.
The Jeremy Evans and shit.
Jeremy Evans or fucking shit. Let me think of one. Hold up. Let me think of one.
I forgot about that.
Fucking
What's that? Rodney Brewer,
Victor Kriapa or some shit.
I'm crying.
Oh shit!
Ballers.
But yeah.
But yeah, culture, bro. That's definitely been something I keep trying to tell you, bro. You got to stop looking at your YouTube career as some shit that like couldn't take off. Because I be trying to tell culture, like as of now, he hasn't had that one video yet that like just took the fuck off. Like for him, like a video you drop where like that shit goes crazy, like 10,000, 15,000 views, like a couple of days. You got reaction channels watching your video. Like he hasn't had that one blow up video yet. And whenever I hype him up about it, like, yo, you definitely got time. You definitely got the work ethic to get that type of video and to get those views and those numbers. This nigga, I swear, bro, every time he immediately puts himself down, like, nah, bro, I ain't got the type of channel. People don't fuck with me like that.
Listen, bro. Anything possible, bro. Anybody can do it, bro. It's as simple as just like really taking the time, and you got to really just believe in yourself. And it takes time to believe. Like you ain't just gonna wake up and say, "Oh, I believe in me." Like, nah, I don't work like that. Like it takes time and shit. But like, I'm actually trying to look up something right now for y'all because I want to tell y'all something that's really, really crazy. Actually, let me see if I can see the last.
Actually, you saying that, I think that was actually one of the things I did say to him, Culture. Right? I was like, I think it was one of the times where he said to me, "Is like, yeah, I ain't gonna hit those type of numbers. I ain't gonna never reach that." I'm like, well, it's not gonna happen with that attitude, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta believe.
If you think like that, of course it's not gonna happen.
I want to see if I could see something. I want to show you. I got this one stat I want to pull up real quick because it's actually because now that I think about like the most moments of like where I thought I failed badly. All right, so when I was dropping songs, I remember in 2019 I dropped a song called Quota Ethics. I think it did a lot of streams in the first day. When I dropped Swish, it was the worst drop that we ever did because it was terrible. It was terrible. It was like we just didn't have a lot of things prepared like we should have. The first day it dropped for me. All right, just to give y'all some context. All right, so that's that. Let me just see what I could say about 3 a.m. real quick because I want to just give y'all an example of one of those moments where it was like, damn, like we fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
While you're looking for that really, really quick, I do have to ask, it don't. Of course, it ain't got to be no exact numbers, but just for the niggas out there in the world who eventually would love to get a song that they made on a iconic game series like NBA 2K. What did that bag look like for getting the song on the 2K soundtrack? You still getting royalties from that shit?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, what was that? what was that bag looking like, bro?
All I can say is it's lovely, man. That's it. That's it.
Oh, babe. It's 4 times as much as it was if you was on NBA Live. We could say that.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
Nigga, if you put that show on NBA Live, that would have been volunteer work. They probably would have paid you nothing for that shit.
Hey, right, volunteer. You hilarious. I'm
They
crying.
sent a letter saying thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Send me some kid.
And they would have left it at that, like good shit.
But let them get Drake or some shit on there. They about to pay that nigga fucking 5 fucking shit. Hell no. At minimum,
that shit lovely.
At minimum, have to pay that nigga like $1 million or some shit.
Right. Yo, so here goes a perfect example. All right, so 3 a.m. in the first 2 days, obviously I dropped in September of 2020. First 2 days, it did like 10,000 streams. Cool. When Swish dropped initially, the first thing it did in 2 days was 18. It did 900 streams the first day and 900 the next day.
God damn.
I'm not gonna lie, we thought it was a failure. I'm not gonna lie. If you'd have told me in that moment that I was gonna be on 2K with Swish, I would not have believed it at all. At all. Swish is about to touch 1 million streams in like the next 6-7 days. I would have, if you told me that song was gonna touch 1 million streams, I would not have believed it. It's that simple. You gotta just see it through. You got my homegirl Asia always said, you got to see it through, my boy.
Word.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
That's real as hell. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's exactly how I feel when it comes to it's just simply for YouTube videos, for views and shit. You drop something, and this is actually something another YouTuber named Zeus Makes Music had hit me up about. He was saying how the way the YouTube Studio app works now, he feels that like it makes you too competitive amongst yourself with the videos you put out. Because now when you drop a video, it shows you how well that video is performing amongst the past 10 videos you made. And he said one thing that just breaks his fucking heart is when he uploaded a video and that shit says like 10 out of 10. This is like your lowest performing video out of the past 10 you uploaded.
I don't like the way they got that now. I can't stand that.
It makes you upset with your own work. Even if it's something you have fun working on and you wanted to put out, as soon as you see, oh no, your past 10 videos they're better than this, it just makes you frown, bro. Like,
yeah,
I guess people weren't fucking with this one.
When I was doing freestyles, and I swear to God, I cannot make this up. I put a freestyle on YouTube, and it was like, what they say to me? I don't think your audience likes this video much. I said, well, damn. I was like, all right, well, thank you.
See what it is about the thumbnail and the title. See, that's probably why people not clicking some shit like that.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, why y'all doing me like this? But yeah, they be telling you the facts. I'll be like, all right, brother, man. If this is what y'all think, then I'll have to believe it and go with it. But yeah, that junk is definitely more competitive now, and it can definitely just dissuade you from thinking that you're actually progressing. But honestly, progress is within. The same way they say
it'll make you not want to make a video about some shit. Yeah.
Absolutely. The same way they say success is what you define it as, like, that's all that matters, man. Like, well, you gotta define what success means for you. And from there, you'll always be good, truthfully.
This has been an amazing fucking podcast with the GOAT, Chris Patrick, man. If y'all not tapped in his music, like Coach said, y'all missing out on the legend here.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Man, appreciate y'all for real, man. Thank you.
Nothing but love, my boy. You have a good night, all right?
You too, my guy.